What if you don't belong here? What if this isn't your original universe? Have you ever looked at the world and felt a subtle, nagging sense of displacement? A quiet hum of wrongness just beneath the surface of reality. It's not something you can easily explain, it's a feeling. A deep, instinctual knowledge that something, somewhere, is off. This feeling has a name in many theories, a whisper in the halls of theoretical physics and late-night philosophical debates. It's the idea of the multiverse of parallel universes. The concept is simple, yet its implications are staggering. For every choice made, every path taken or not taken, the universe splits. A new reality branches off, identical in almost every way, except for that one single difference. Think about it. A universe where you turned left instead of right. A universe where you said yes instead of no. A universe where you woke up 5 minutes earlier this morning. Each one of these is a distinct, separate reality, playing out its own unique timeline. Billions upon billions of worlds, stacked like pages in an infinite book, each one telling a slightly different version of your story. We often dismiss strange occurrences as tricks of the mind, coincidences, faulty memory. But what if they're not? What if they are echoes from these other worlds? Glitches in the Matrix. Have you ever experienced the Mandela effect? You remember a detail from history, a movie quote, a brand name, with absolute certainty. You can see it in your mind, clear as day. But when you look it up, the world tells you you're wrong. It was never that way. Berenstain Bears, not Berenstein. It feels like a mass misremembering, but what if it's a mass memory? A shared memory from a world where things were different. A world that a great number of us perhaps came from. And what about déjà vu? That uncanny, overwhelming sensation that you've lived this exact moment before. The words, the sights, the feelings, all impossibly familiar. Neurologists call it a brief misfire in the brain's memory circuits. But what if it's more? What if, in another timeline, you have already lived this moment? And for a fleeting second, the wires of your consciousness cross and you get a glimpse of a path already walked. Imagine waking up one day in a world that is almost yours, but not quite. The color of your bedroom walls is a shade different. A favorite coffee mug is missing from the cupboard. Your best friend has a scar they never had before. These are tiny details, things you could easily second-guess. You'd tell yourself you're tired, you're stressed, you're imagining things. It's easier to question your own sanity than to question the very fabric of reality, but the feeling persists. A quiet discordance that follows you through your day. You feel like an actor who has forgotten their lines, improvising your way through a life that feels both intimately familiar and strangely alien. You know the people around you, you love them. But sometimes, when you look into their eyes, you see a flicker of a stranger. Or perhaps, they see a flicker of a stranger in you. This sense of alienation, of not quite fitting in, is a cornerstone of the human experience. We search for our tribe, our place in the world, a sense of belonging. But what if that feeling isn't just psychological? What if it's physical? A deep, cellular homesickness for a reality you can no longer access. A world that was yours until it wasn't. There is a darker, more unsettling layer to this theory. A hypothesis that whispers in the quietest corners of the mind. It concerns the moments that define our lives, the close calls, the brushes with fate, the car that swerves at the last second, the sudden illness that vanishes as quickly as it appeared, the step you almost took off a ledge. We call it luck. We feel relief, gratitude. We move on. But what if, in another universe, you weren't so lucky? What if, in that other branch of reality, the car didn't swerve? The illness wasn't benign? The step was taken? What if, in that universe, your story ended? The theory is called quantum immortality. It suggests that consciousness, your subjective awareness, cannot experience its own end. It will always and only experience the timeline where it continues. So when you face a moment of certain doom in one reality, your consciousness doesn't simply cease to be. It shifts. It seamlessly transfers to the nearest parallel universe where you survived. You wouldn't notice the switch. There would be no flash of light, no jolt. You would simply draw a breath you weren't supposed to have, your heart pounding from a near miss. You'd feel a profound sense of relief, a second chance. You would never know that in another world, your friends and family are mourning you. You would just carry on in a world almost identical to the one you left. Almost. But perhaps you carry something with you. Scars on the soul. A lingering trauma from an event that, in this reality, never quite reached its conclusion. An unexplained phobia. A deep, unshakable sadness that has no apparent source. Are these emotional phantoms? Or are they memories bleeding through from the lives you didn't survive? Every time you survive the unsurvivable, you are shunted into a new timeline, a new world. And each world you arrive in is subtly different. The accumulation of these tiny shifts over a lifetime of near misses could lead to a profound sense of displacement. The world changes around you in ways so small you can't pinpoint them. But the cumulative effect is a reality that no longer feels like your own. The details are wrong. The history is wrong. You are a refugee of causality, a ghost in your own life. The universe doesn't just split when you make a choice. It splits at every quantum event, every wave function collapse happening trillions of times per second all around you. An infinite cascade of new worlds is born from every moment. It's a vast, incomprehensible ocean of possibilities, and we are just adrift in one tiny current. Our consciousness experiences this flow as a single, linear timeline, past, present, future. It has to. Our minds require continuity to function, to build a coherent narrative of our lives. We stitch the moments together, creating a seamless story from a chaotic storm of probabilities. We smooth over the glitches, explain away the inconsistencies, and edit out the scenes that don't fit. We have to stay sane. We create our own continuity, but the seams are there if you look closely enough. The strange memories, the improbable survivals, the feeling of being a stranger in your own home. They are the threads of other timelines poking through the tapestry of our perceived reality. The evidence is all around us, masquerading as coincidence and confusion. We are all living with the ghosts of the lives we could have lived. So the next time you feel that subtle wrongness, that quiet hum of displacement, don't dismiss it. Lean into it. Ask yourself, what detail is out of place? What memory feels borrowed? Which scar on your soul belongs to a different story? Perhaps this feeling isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. Perhaps it's a sign that you are a survivor, a traveler, a testament to the fact that consciousness is more resilient than we could ever imagine. You have navigated the infinite ocean of what-ifs and arrived here on this shore in this moment. But it begs the final chilling question. If you are not from here, if this world is just another stop on a journey you don't even know you're taking, how would you ever know for sure? How could you ever find your way back to the world you started in? Or was that world too just another stop along the way? The truth is, you can't know. You are here, now, and the past is a country to which you can never return. If you weren't from here, how would you ever know?